Welcome, welcome, welcome. Finally made it home. Finally made it home. And so happy to be coming from my home this morning. Woo! That was quite the whirlwind. That was quite the whirlwind. Ah, let's breathe. Getting our clubhouse family together. Ah, let's breathe. Breathe and bring the mind to stillness. Breathe and let go. Breathe and center. Breathe and remember. Honoring our great source, the one, the all, the infinite field of potentiality, the great I am, known by many names: God, Yahweh, Jehovah, Olodumare, many, many, many names for the one. And now we choose to consciously align with the one. Breathe and offer your honor, appreciation to this universe of light. Breathe and align. Breathe and access infinite peace, infinite power, infinite wisdom, infinite love, magic. Breathe and access these now. And now ask yourself what your day looks like. Set your intention now for what you desire to create. You do have this day. What are you creating? Now see it already done. See the beautiful outcome of your day. See yourself tonight in bed smiling at all you accomplished today, fulfilling your divine potential, building the empire, creating beyond what you've ever created before. and breathe and relax and forgive and slow down. Do less today. Be less busy. Slow your roll. Slow yourself. Masters never rush. And now we prepare for lesson 98 in A Course in Miracles. That we are all ready to fulfill our role in God's plan for salvation. We're ready. And opening the eyes and giving attention to the book, A Course in Miracles, that blue bombshell, or follow along online at acim.org. And we breathe and we bring an aspect of our awareness to the third dimension by opening our eyes slowly and giving attention to the course lesson, mind clear, completely aligned with divine mind. Mind clear. Let's begin. YouTube and Facebook, thank you for your patience these last few days. As quite a bit was going on, I was having quite the experience that has taught me a lot. Now that I'm coming out of it, it's taught me quite a bit. It's a huge learning lesson for me. This morning I woke up with some powerful realizations that I will be implementing in my life. Powerful realizations. Lesson 98. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. Today is a day of special dedication. We take a stand on but one side today. We side with truth and let illusions go. We will not vacillate between the two, but take a firm position with the one. No more vacillating between the self we made and the self God made. One is wretched, sinful, sick, diseased, is a body, dies, suffers, has pain, fights with other people, is a victim, is guilty. The other is your perfect one self, whole and limitless in power and in peace. Now, we try to go back and forth between these two selves, thinking that the lower self is us rather than realizing that the body and the ego are simply having experiences and that this divine self is the true self. So we've identified with something that is not the true self, and we've called it the self. We are cutting that cord. We are no longer identified with the lower self. We are now completely dedicating ourselves to take a firm position with the one. Choose where you're going to stand. No more going back and forth. This is not a highway. We dedicate ourselves to truth today and to salvation as God planned it to be. We will not argue it as something else. We will not seek for it where it is not. In gladness, we accept it as it is and take the part assigned to us by God. We will not argue it is something else. We will not seek for it where it is not. Seeking for it where it is not means seeking for it outside of self. Remember the ego's main doctrine, Seek but do not find. How happy to be certain. All our doubts, pardon me, all our doubts we lay aside today and take our stand with certainty of purpose and with thanks that doubt is gone and surety has come. We have a mighty purpose to fulfill and have been given everything we need with which to reach the goal. Not one mistake stands in our way, for we have been absolved from errors. All our sins are washed away by realizing they were but mistakes. It's refreshing to think the thought, all, pardon me, all of our errors have been absolved. All of our sins have been washed away by realizing one thing: they were merely mistakes. Pardon me. The guiltless have no fear. The guiltless have no fear. The guiltless have no fear, for they are safe and recognize their safety. If there's no guilt over something I did bad, something I shouldn't have done, something I shouldn't have said, then there's no fear of retribution. Guilt always carries with it punishment. So we're always afraid, waiting for the other shoe to drop, looking around, wondering when something bad is going to happen, because we're secretly harboring guilt and have no idea. They do not appeal to magic. What is magic in this sense? Magic in this sense is parlor trick. Magic with a K is a spiritual practice, spiritual path to ascension. They do not appeal to magic nor invent escapes from fancy threats without results, without reality. The guiltless act in a certain way. First, the guiltless are fearless because they know they're safe. The guiltless do not invent escapes from fancy threats without reality. Fancy threats means that we've made up threats to our existence. We've made up that something's going to come get us. We've made up that something's flying around in the air, but a piece of cloth over your face can help you, save your life even, and save the lives of other people. We've made up threats when there are no threats to you. None whatsoever. You were not brought to a hostile world. You were not created in a petri dish and let loose to just fend for yourself and see what happens. That's not how this system works. The universe is a universe of love and law. And with the love of the universe, what threats are there? Guiltless is another way of saying innocence. We don't have fancied threats when we drop all our sins and let ourselves be forgiven. The guiltless have no fear. The guiltless have no fear. In other words, the innocent have no fear. The holy, the ones who accept themselves as holy, inherently holy, have no fear. They rest in quiet certainty that they will do what it is given them to do. So here's another facet of a person who's guiltless. Not only are they safe and they recognize their safety, so they don't make up threats against themselves and they don't try to invent escapes from these threats that they made up, which we're constantly doing. We're constantly coming up with threats to ourselves. These threats are without reality, they're baseless, and yet we're still trying to invent escapes from the threats we made up. Nothing is against you in the universe. One of the most liberating things I ever found out is there's nothing against you in the whole universe. Also, the guiltless, they have a quiet certainty that they can do whatever it is that's given them to do. That would be called confidence. That would be called faith and trust in self and in the universe. They do not doubt their own ability because they know their function will be filled completely in the perfect time and place. They don't doubt. Earlier it said, all our doubts we lay aside today. Oh, I used to doubt everything, still do. Sometimes I doubt things, not as much as I used to, thank God. Lay all the doubts aside today. They do not doubt their own ability because they know their function will be filled completely in the perfect time and place. Isn't that beautiful? You know that what you're here to accomplish will be fulfilled in the perfect time and place. They took the stand which we will take today, that we may share their certainty and thus increase it by accepting it ourselves. When you take on the mantle of certainty, you are actually expanding it through others, to and through others. They will be with us. All who took the stand we take today will gladly offer us all that they learned and every gain they made. So here, what we are understanding is that all who ever stood for salvation, for a right mind, for bringing humanity into the truth of who we are, the divine nature that we harbor, that our spiritual essence is the identity, not this outerwear that is called the body, and the body goes along with personality. That everyone who took that stand over all humanity's time on this planet, even though there's no past and no present and no past and no future, the present is the only thing that is real. So we look at all the ones that we can see what they did. We look at Mother Teresa and Joan of Arc and, oh my goodness, Paramahansa Yogananda. We look at all the ones, Madiba, Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, Louise Hay, Dr. Wayne Dyer. We look at Thich Nhat Hanh, Dr. Hugh Lynn Haleakala. We call their names to rise their souls and give honor to Source as these mighty beings who came here to teach us. They took their stand. They took their stand for the divine self, capital S self, and they taught us the same. Now what's happening is that because we're taking the stand today, and even if you've read A Course in Miracles over and over and over for many, many, many years, take the stand again, because we just get to remind ourselves over and over again what to do. So that means that everyone who took the stand that we take today, again, if you took the stand already and you waffled or wavered, I have, take it again. Stand up again and say, no, this is what I stand for. And then keep doing that until that's where your default is. All who take the stand we take today will gladly offer us all that they learned and every gain they made. That means that what are we going to receive from Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela? What are we going to receive from these mighty beings? They're going to offer us what they learned and every gain they made. Wouldn't you like to receive the learning of those who took this stand? And wouldn't you like to receive the benefit of every gain they made? Of course, way less work for you to do. Those still uncertain too will join with us, and borrowing our certainty will make it stronger still. So it doesn't matter if you're around people that are not certain, because I hear people say that a lot. I used to say it too. Oh, these people I'm around, I need to get a new circle. This is just, they're not on it like I am. They're not up to par. They're not up to speed, these people around me. Well, no worries, because it says those still uncertain too will join with us, and borrowing our certainty will make it stronger still. That you make the weak stronger. The weak doesn't make the strong weaker. It's the other way around. You make the weak stronger. While those as yet unborn will hear the call we heard and answer it when they have come to make their choice again. We do not choose but for ourselves today. We are choosing for the world. We are accepting our part in God's plan for salvation. Is it not worth 5 minutes of your time each hour to be able to accept the happiness that God has given you? Is it not worth 5 minutes hourly to recognize your special function here? Oh, yes, it is. It's not 5 minutes, but a small request to make in terms of gaining a reward so great it has no measure. This is a great reward indeed. This is a great reward of happiness for you and every being who's ever been here, who is here now, who will ever be here. It says, as yet the unborn. Imagine all the pregnant moms on the planet. and imagine them bringing to bear, birth, when it's time for them to bear, that their unborn children have already taken the stand. That's what you're doing today. Your 5 minutes an hour today. Yesterday, I was deep in I am spirit, I am spirit, I am spirit. From the hotel to the airport, I am spirit, I am spirit, I am spirit. The airport, I am spirit, I am spirit. On the plane, I am spirit, I am spirit, I am spirit. That was our yesterday's course idea. It served me well. So I think I probably did more than 5 minutes a day, because 5 minutes an hour, because I just made it an ongoing mantra throughout the day. Yet what the course is asking for is the first 5 minutes of every hour. It's not that 5 minutes a small request to make if you're gaining something so great. What you're gaining has no measure. You have made 1,000 losing bargains at the least. Wow, I sure have. Think of all the bargains you've lost. How about making a bargain how about trading 5 minutes an hour for the happiness of yourself and everyone on the planet, even the ones that haven't been born yet, to recognize your function? Here is an offer guaranteeing you your full release from pain of every kind and the joy the world does not contain. Can you imagine that you will be released from pain of every kind? Bodily pain, emotional pain, mental pain. That means the complete cessation of suffering. The complete cessation of suffering and joy the world does not contain. You cannot find this kind of joy. This joy is inside yourself. There's no way you can find this joy anywhere in the world. This joy is inside yourself, and you probably have already discovered that. You can exchange a little of your time for peace of mind and certainty of purpose with the promise of complete success. You have the promise of complete success. How many undertakings have we taken on? Have no idea if they're going to be successful or not. We're hoping, fingers crossed. I sure hope this works. Not this, not today, not here. You have a promise. Pardon me, you have a promise of complete success. And since time has no meaning, you are being asked for nothing in return for everything. Time has no meaning. You are being asked for nothing in return for everything. Here is a bargain that you cannot lose, and what you gain is limitless indeed. You're gaining for you and the whole world. You're gaining, leaving off all your pain. How would you feel to let go of all your pain? How would you feel to let go of all your sins? How would you feel to let go of all your weakness? How would you feel to let go of all of your guilt? How would you feel to let go of all of your shame? How would you feel to let go of all of your resistance, being fear? How would you feel? Free indeed, limitless indeed. The course lesson says the other day, I am one self united with my creator and with all creation, limitless in power and in peace, limitless in power. How would you feel if you realized your true limitless potential and power? Limitless in power. That's you. Limitless in power. Each hour today, give him your tiny gift of 5 minutes. He will give the words you use in practicing today's idea, the deep conviction and the certainty you lack. If you still are wavering or waffling, it's all good. You don't have to be 100% certain, just a tiny bit of certainty. And this deep conviction, you'll be given it. His words will join with yours and make each repetition of today's idea a total dedication. You want a total dedication made in faith, as perfect and as sure as his is in you. There's a voice for God that is going to speak in you. And this voice for God within you, you've heard it. You've heard it many times. It's a certain voice. It's the still small voice. It's never been wrong. It never can lead you astray. It is the true, pure, right way for you. And it's always completely sure. It's never yelling. It's completely constant. You can count on it. You have gone to it for many things in your life. You look at someone and you're trying to figure out something and you're like, something tells me something's off here. And you move along. because you already got the subconscious inkling, no matter how small it may be. You got it from the infinite field, no, or yes. You can tell that some people are just as strong toward, and some people are strong untoward. That just means go that way or don't go that way. You hear it? Well, this voice will give you more conviction, deeper conviction. His confidence in you will bring the light to all the words you say, and you will go beyond their sound to what they really mean. Today, you practice with him as you say, I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. In each 5 minutes that you spend with him, he will accept your words and give them back to you, all bright with faith and confidence, so strong and steady, they will light the world with hope and gladness. Do not lose one chance to be the glad receiver of his gifts, that you may give them to the world today. Do not miss one chance. All day today, I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation with a smile on my face, lighting up the world and remembering our guiltlessness, our holiness, our innocence, our sinlessness, remembering we have been wiped clean from all we formerly thought about ourselves, remembering that we no longer identify with the little weak ass self that has had bad things happen to it or did bad things. We're free from all that. Don't miss your opportunity today to be free. Remember, when you're the glad receiver of his gifts, you can give them to the world. You cannot give what you don't have. Give him the words, and he will do the rest. He will enable you to understand your special function. He will open up the way to happiness, and peace and trust will be his gifts, his answer to your words. He will respond with all his faith and joy and certainty that what you say is true. And you will have conviction then of him who knows the function that you have on earth as well as heaven. He will be with you each practice period you share with him, exchanging every instant of the time you offer him for timelessness and peace. All we're gaining here is what is already ours. We're only gaining happiness, peace, and trust in the gifts of God. We're only gaining joy. We're only gaining the beautiful experience of timelessness and peace. Timelessness is in my galactic signature. I seal the output of timelessness with the cosmic tone of presence. I am guided by the power of endlessness, timelessness, and peace. That's what you giving 5 minutes an hour will give you. Don't think of it as a chore. Don't think of it as something you have to do. Think of it as something you desire to do because you desire to set yourself free and the whole world free at the same time. Throughout the hour, let your time be spent in happy preparation for the next 5 minutes you will spend again with him. Repeat today's idea while you wait for the glad time to come to you again. Repeat it often and do not forget each time you do so. You have let your mind be ready for the happy time to come. So it says for the 5 minutes, first 5 minutes of each hour, which we'll do in a moment, we have our practice. And then for the next 55 minutes, be happy that you're going to have another 5 minutes again with your source, as source, in source, one with source, free of the crazy world. Remember, this is not escapism. This is seeing things rightly. No one is telling us to leave the world. No one is telling us not to handle what is required to be handled in the world. No one is telling us that you have to go off grid and live on the mountaintop, which is lovely if that's what you want to do. Wherever you go, remember, you take your mind with you. So if you go off grid, please take your mind off grid. That would be important. Throughout the hour, let your time be spent in happy preparation for the next 5 minutes you will spend again with him. Repeat today's idea while you wait for the glad time to come to you again. Repeat it often. And do not forget, each time you do so, you have let your mind be readied for the happy time to come. And when the hour goes, And He is there once more to spend a little time with you. Be thankful and lay down all earthly tasks. Just drop, uh, taking care of this and taking care of that and running around and being busy. Just pause. Pause for a moment. Lay down all earthly tasks for a moment, all little thoughts and limited ideas, and spend a happy time again with Him, a happy time again with Source. You can put your mind wherever you want to put your mind. And what the Course is saying, is asking of us, is to put your mind for 5 minutes each hour on Source. Return your mind home every hour on the hour for 5 minutes. Tell Him once more that you accept the part that He would have you take and help you feel. That I accept. Tell Him, tell Source and the voice for God. Tell your Creator, infinite intelligence, tell the universe, I accept my part in God's plan for salvation. And He will make sure you want this choice, which He has made with you and you with Him. Now, we began with our first 5 minutes of the day. And this is going to be done every hour on the hour. Every hour on the hour. How awesome is that? I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. Let's go to our meditation. I believe before we began our meditation, five minutes. We begin our time now. I will accept my role in God's plan for salvation. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. I will clear my mind of guilt. I will forgive. I will take my stand among the guiltless. I remember that I lose nothing and I have everything to gain by simply giving up this false self that I've been vacillating between the greater self, the true self, and this little false self. I've been vacillating, now no longer. Now you stand firmly as the divine self, honoring the spiritual essence and our spiritual core, being guiltless and free, sinless and holy, nothing to hide, no skeletons in the closet, no boogeyman under the bed, nothing's coming for you, nothing's coming to try to destroy you. The whole universe is for you. Everything is working out perfectly for you. You win. You always win. Your spiritual self always wins. Your spirit man, your spirit woman, your spirit person always wins. It can never lose. And joy is an infinite fountain in your spirit self, honoring your spiritual essence. And honoring the spiritual essence of all. Accepting your role, your part in God's plan for salvation of all of us. Acknowledging, honoring your true self, capital S self, divine self. Divinity is identity and nothing else. Remembering yesterday's message, I am spirit. Pardon me. Peacefully accept and honor your part in the salvation of all. See the world being lifted out of chaos, war, sickness, and death into a climate of perfect peace and safety that nothing can disturb. See all benefiting from this 5 minutes you are offering to the universal mind. And those are our chimes signaling that we have completed our first meditation of the day. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. Yes, family. Yes, yes, yes. I will accept. I will accept. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. It's such a liberating thought to understand that all your errors have been wiped clean. All your mistakes, the slate is clean, wiped clean. Everything is wiped clean today when you stand and accept your part in God's plan for salvation. Over the last few days, I had a profound experience. A profound experience. You know, you think you're giving a gift to someone else, and then you receive a gift. So I thought I was giving a gift to my daughter, to both my daughters, actually, my 21 and my 31. My son was not with us. We kind of did the girls thing. So my son is 34, my daughter's 30, older 31, and then the little one just turned 21. And me and my two daughters, we went to celebrate her birthday in Vegas. And before we left, it was a surprise to the one who was turning 21. She didn't know that she was going to Vegas. So my daughter and I were just working to surprise her We were just, doing all these, trying our best. You know how you try to surprise a person. You can't tell them what's going on, so they ask a lot of questions about what are we doing and this and that, and then you're trying to, work it out. And so we got to Vegas. It was amazing. It was amazing. And so we were on planes. I was on planes on Thursday, and we were planes on Friday. And then we went to leave on Sunday, and the flight got canceled. Weather, whatever. And because the flight got canceled, and there were so many people to reschedule, they couldn't get us out of Vegas until Tuesday, which is A-okay with us because, to tell you the truth, we really didn't want to leave that fast. So it worked out. So Tuesday morning, we go to the airport early in the morning, and we board, and we get to her destination. She gets to her destination just fine. And then I get to New Orleans because I'm going to fly from New Orleans back to Mexico. And so Tuesday, I start to feel this horrific onset of something that I have no idea what it was. I have no idea what it was. I just knew, oh, here come all the body aches, here come everything, right? Now, something very interesting happened on 4/4. And I want to show you and talk to you for a moment about the nature of resistance and what it looks like and how to be on the lookout and how to be aware. On Monday, 4/4, something very important happened. I had a brand new team member added to the team on Monday, 4/4. A new member of our team who is in the Philippines. And I love her. Her name is Kinessa. And Kinessa works full-time on the business and everything that I have going on. She works full-time on that. She started on 4/4. She was in training before that, and she started officially on 4/4 Monday. So we had our Zoom on Monday. I had already met her and everything, and we had gone through all of so now we're going to get down to business and start working. So 4/4, we had our Zoom. We talked about this, that, and the other. Tuesday, I was so sick once I got off that plane, feeling so horrible, I could barely sit up and go on the Zoom. And so I had to end the Zoom before we met. I came on the Zoom early, and then I had to end the Zoom before we met because I could barely sit up. And I said to Kinessa, oh my God, I cannot even do this Zoom. I feel so horrible. I feel I can't even sit up here. I can't sit. So I sat, I got a hotel room because I wasn't going to be flying out to Mexico till the next day. So I got a hotel on Tuesday to Wednesday. So Wednesday I was going to fly out to go to Merida. So Tuesday, couldn't sit up on the Zoom. Feeling horrible, hit the bed, stay in the bed for till the next day. No dinner, I don't even know what happened. I didn't realize because I had bought some edibles in Vegas, I was like, well, let me take one of these. Maybe they'll help with the pain, which it kind of did. That night I didn't even wake up. I just took it and went to sleep. And they were like, Mom, don't take it before we left Vegas. They were like, don't take it when you're getting ready to go to bed because you won't know the effects. You got to, take it when you're going to be walking around and whatnot. So I took the edible thinking that it would help with, some of the pain. And it did. Wake up the next day, Wednesday. Oh, just suffering. As the course says, don't do. I was suffering. Couldn't get on the Zoom with Kinessa. Had left her some messages. We have messaging that we can message back and forth. And so it's Wednesday morning now. Wake up. And of course, this is in addition to ACIM, because no matter what is going on in my life, I am going to be on ACIM because that's a promise I made to myself and to my soul unfoldment. That's a promise I made. That's a sacred vow I made to myself. Look, you could be dead. You doing this. I could be almost dead. I'm doing it. Right? So, and please, we apologize once again for the sound issue on one of those days. So trust me, family, I was doing everything I could to hold it together. And so Wednesday morning, get ready after ACIM. Let's see, what time was my flight? My flight was on Wednesday afternoon. I was so happy it was the afternoon. I could sleep late. I'm here, asking people at hotels, please check me out as late as you can. I don't care about paying more to check out later. I don't care about that. I don't care how much it is. Here's the card, right? It's only like $10 or something like that, like 1:30 checkout. Wednesday afternoon, I get to the airport in New Orleans. And I'm just dragging through the airport like a zombie, like, oh, I'll be home in a few hours, right? So 3 p.m. was the flight from New Orleans to Houston. And then within 30 minutes was the flight leaving from Houston to Merida, Mexico. It was a really tight connection. When I first saw it, I was like, ooh, that's a tight connection. Well, sure enough, the flight to Houston was late. And because it was late, when I got off the flight, it was delayed. When I got off the flight, it says, oh, your flight to Merida left already. Here's a hotel room. I'm like, okay, apparently I need another night away from home. Okay, all things are lessons God would have me learn. You really got to start pulling out all those lessons. And so Thursday, and so I go to the hotel again, crawl into bed. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not working on anything. Finally, Thursday, when I wake up Thursday morning, I'm able to meet with Kineza again. I'm like, Kineza, oh my God. She said, oh, Valerie, I hope you're feeling so much. She's so sweet. Oh my goodness, I hope you're feeling so much better. She had work to do, so she was doing that while I was, in this experience I was having. So Thursday, I stay over in Houston on Wednesday night, and they gave me the free hotel and all of that. They gave me the meal vouchers and everything. I wasn't even in a position to ask any questions. I was just like, okay. It was like something was just moving me gently along. I was just going, okay. I couldn't ask any questions. I wasn't, whatever. Yeah, put me in a hotel. That sounds good. Pick one of these hotels. Radisson sounds good. Okay, I'm in the hotel. Now, oh my God, I was supposed to be home on Wednesday. That way I could prepare myself in advance for Ascension last night. I would have a day or two to recoup and get myself ready. No, because the flight on Thursday leaves Houston at 5, gets to Merida at 7, and we're on Central Time. That means Ascension starts at 8. I'm like, dang, like, wow. See, it's just nonstop. It's just nonstop, right? And all I had in my mind was, gotta get to Ascension. Gotta get to Ascension. Because I freaking love Ascension. Oh my God, I love Ascension. If you don't know what Ascension is, which you missed out on a lot, because we heard the Ascension members last night talk about all the steps that they have taken in Ascension. You want to get into Ascension. You want to get into Ascension. It's at ValerieLove.com. So I got to be with the Ascension last night. I'm telling you, Ascension fed my soul last night. Seeing all these beautiful faces, these amazing faces. It fed my soul. And to hear everything that you all are taking, all the steps you're taking in your wealth creation, all the staking that you're doing in the crypto world, the apps that you're downloading, getting your crypto debit cards, that you are investing in some of our angel investing opportunities that we have that start at $260, right? Some less than that, some like $233. You can be an angel investor in some of these incredible up and coming opportunities. Some of these opportunities are really, pretty astounding. One of them that we were looking at, that's in our Discord, that we were looking at, is a really amazing opportunity, is this dating app that not only puts people together, it helps them stay together. I said, now that's a great idea. Like they have coaching, couples counseling, and all that in the app, because they say that a lot of dating apps get people together, but how do you keep them together? I thought that this is a great idea. And wouldn't you like to invest in something like that as an angel investor, very early round? And if it does work, and it's working already, because they have like 1 million downloads already on this particular app. Imagine if it goes to Facebook's status, your $260 investment probably just turned into, if not six figures, something close, maybe multiple six figures. So Thursday, I asked Zaire, was incredible service to Ascension, is so amazing. I asked Zaire she would absolutely start the Zoom, because I knew I would be there shortly. If she would start the Zoom and answer questions, Q&A, because she knows that she's been with us in the crypto journey for a long time, right? A long time. After that, all of that, finally I get myself together, all scrubbed up and shampooed and face exfoliation and just all of it. And water, and a little bit of salad that I had in the fridge, some greens, get some spinach in me and stuff like that. And my night routines. And then I went to bed, and I had some profound dreams during the night. And here's what I woke up with this morning. Clear message. You do too much. I do too much. Simplify. And I don't know if this is speaking to you all at all. I don't know if this is speaking to you. Stop doing so much. Most people are wide, a mile wide and an inch deep. Stop it. Go a mile deep and an inch wide. Stop doing so much. Now think about it. Is all you're doing really getting you great benefit? Think about it. Is all your busyness really changing your life? Is it really giving you something so amazing? Is it really benefiting you in some profound, astronomical way? Busyness never does. Stop being busy. Come into stillness and focus. That's what I'm taking on now. Rather than so much elimination. And there are 3 things that one of my mentors told me to get things off your plate, off your plate, off your plate. Technology, don't do it if technology can do it. Don't write an email unless you can write an email once and send it 50,000 times. That's technology. Or delegation. Kineza, here's all your incredible, assignments. Kineza's got it. Kineza has got it. Kineza is sharp. She got it. Everything I give Kineza, she got it. Delegation or elimination, I'm not doing it. Do those three. Do those 3. A mentor of mine gave me that, and I'm giving it to you. What can technology take care of things that you are doing now? So for instance, go into your Facebook, and rather than posting all the time, just go into your Facebook account. Now you can map out both your Facebook and your Instagram posts from right inside your Facebook. Set up all your posts for Facebook and Instagram in one morning for the whole week or 2 weeks or a month, and set it and forget it. Go in and answer. Actually, I'm not even going to be answering comments. Kineza is. Kaneza will go in and she's being trained really well in the comments and how I respond to comments, especially on YouTube, because I love my love tubers so much. So she knows, she's seeing how we do comments, how we uh, answer to comments, she's seeing all that. So delegation or elimination. So either technology will handle it, or you delegate it, or you eliminate it. Now, why would you be doing that? You're doing it for this. You're doing it so that you can give all your, not so you can just be chilling. Yeah, I'm chilling, I'm done. I'm not doing nothing. No. So that you can honor your soul's destiny and calling, so that you can fulfill your role, your part in God's plan for salvation, which is what? Your gifts unpacking. You see, me, most of the time, I just want to be by the beach writing my next book. That's really what I want to be doing most of the time. And that's not what I'm doing most of the time. So that's gonna change. It's gonna be reconfigured, especially with this series of novels I'm writing. Right? Stop doing, family, and being, and then from being, focus on, look at what's before you that you could do, which are many things. All the people that I serve here, you all are so multi-talented. And I see this in all of our coaching programs. I see this in our programs. You're multi-talented. You can do this, you can do that, you can do the other, you can do this. And you have so many options before you. And the world is so busy, and you can do all these wonderful things. No one can do all these things and win big. You don't win big by doing 50,000 things. You just don't. You win big by going for one thing like a beast for years. And then one day, pshoo, it takes off. Give you an example. Jay-Z did not have all his enterprises when he started. Jay-Z was concerned with one thing, and that was being a rapper. Beyonce was not doing her clothing line and her perfume and her singing and shows all at once. In the beginning, Beyonce, all they wanted to do, Destiny's Child, was get on stage and sing and dance. That's all they wanted to do. Just get on stage, just get on stage, just get in front of people, just get on stage, just get on stage and sing, just get on stage and sing, get on stage and sing. See, they weren't getting on stage and singing. Oh, wait a minute. Now I got to go work on this perfume line. Oh, wait a minute. Now I got to go work. Do you see how this prevents you from getting true momentum in any one particular area? One of my coaches put it like this, and I didn't believe him when he said it. I have to honestly tell you, when Sam Ovens told us this, I didn't quite believe him. I was in a coaching program because I stay in coaching programs for myself. I just joined another program yesterday. It's an incredible program. Sam Ovens said, if you do 10 things, let's say there's 10 different things that you do. Maybe you write books, and you make YouTube videos, and you lead retreats, and you do private sessions, and you do a membership, and you do, I don't know, Facebook. Well, I can't really compare Facebook to YouTube because YouTube is its whole thing on its own. Like YouTube, you could just do YouTube. That's a whole thing right there. So let's say you do 10 things. And let's say every day you wake up, you have 10 units to apply to these 10 things. 10 units of your precious life energy. 10 units. Now you could apply 10 units to 10 different things, 1 unit each. Then you will move the needle on each of those 10 things, 1. And then the next day you'll move, if you do the same thing again, you apply 1 unit to 10 things, you will move the needle to 2. Then the next day you'll apply 10 units to 10 different things, you'll move the needle to 3. Here's what you could do instead. And Sam Ovens lives by this, and now I'm seeing the wisdom of his words. When I got that smackdown that said, you do too much, sit down for a minute. We're not even letting you go home yet. It wasn't in a mean way. It's like, yeah, you have some lessons to learn because you just do too much. Well, Sam Muffin said, what if you were working on one thing, your coaching program, one thing? And what if every day you woke up and you gave 10 units to that one thing? You would move that one thing 10 units a day, 10 units the next 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 day. Do you know how quickly you would gather and create a ball of momentum that would speed you quickly? It's like rolling a little snowball down the hill, and next thing you know, you have a giant snow boulder. You can't get momentum on 20 things. You just can't. So you get to make some decisions. I hope one of the decisions is not to be so busy. It doesn't help you and it doesn't get us anywhere. It's just complete expenditure of energy with little results. Don't do it. Don't do it. Focus, 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 focus. Focus on that one thing you know is your thing. You know what your thing is. You know what it is. Focus. And every day you wake up, you're on it. You give 10 units of energy to that thing. We're not talking about hustle. We don't do hustle culture around here. We do engagement. We do enthusiasm. We do high vibration creation. We do I want to, not I have to go over here and do this. No, I want to do it. I want to write this book. So this morning I woke up, and when I woke up and I was speaking to the universe, I said, universe, received. I received the message. I've been too busy. I'm going to reconfigure my life. I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm not going to keep, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to change myself. I'm going to extreme simplification. And I'm going to change. I'm going to do things differently. That's the message for today. Any of the mods have anything you want to share? Anyone? Thank you for sharing in the room. Love the shares in the room on Clubhouse. Please do share, family. Please do share. Share this message, share this vid, share A Course in Miracles. I'm sharing right now on Clubhouse. Share. Anything anyone want to share? And I won't be able to stay with you all for a very long time because I really need to get back into bed and rest more. Yay. And I can, good morning.
Well, what do we have here, Rev? I recall telling you the same thing years ago, that you were way too busy and you didn't have the right supports around you to go where you needed to go. So I'm not surprised that this is happening, because for some reason you're hard-headed. You don't listen. And you ran yourself amok. And, I don't know where that message came from years ago, other than from you. You need to hear it yourself. But you do too much. It's true. And I think it comes from a heart space of wanting to just serve. And that service, if it's not aligned, can do exactly what it did to you, floor you. So I'm not surprised. We talked yesterday about the difference between being busy and basically doing what you came here to do. So, Coach Michelle and Harmony and I, and we talked about we do nothing. Then we had to put caveats. It's not that we do nothing. We do nothing that is busyness and harassing to our souls. And at least I know I don't. And I get up 3:55 every morning to get on this course so that I know that I've taken care of my soul for the morning, for the day. And then I proceed from there. And I don't do anything I don't want to do. I don't have any demands on me that I can't manage. And it brings a lot of peace. So when I look at this lesson and it talks about just spend 5 minutes and exchange 5 minutes for endlessness. And that's a bargain. And so it really takes understanding the words in this course and applying it for it to manifest in your life. It's not just reading the course, it's letting it become part of your life. And the more that I allow the course to take a deeper part in my life, and I feel much more fulfillment, and way more fulfillment doing so much less, as opposed to when I was holding down so many things and thinking I was so important. Hold on, my connection thing is poor. Yeah, so I'm not surprised, Rev. I'm happy that you have the awareness. I'm happy that you have the help around you now. And I just can't wait to see what you produce. I can't wait to see what comes out of this. And I can't wait to see you soon, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to go and serve, which is what you love to do. And you learned a valuable lesson, so congratulations. I'm
complete. Yay! And family, here's the deal. I don't do anything that I don't want to do. I love all the things I do. Herein, which lies, what could we call that? We could call that a paradox. Like, oh my God, I love it. I love this and I love that. We have a lot of loves, family. We have a lot of loves. At no point in anything I do am I dragging myself to do it. I don't do that. I don't do anything that I don't want to do. I love it. Now, here is the nuance. Let's go deeper with this. Here is the nuance. If, let's say, I'll give you an example of my coach, Gina DeVee. Gina DeVee did an event in Dubai, and there were over 300 women in the audience. And I was just amazed at how she pulled this off, and it looked so effortless. The web page, so beautiful. Her hair, fabulous. Lashes, on point. Because Gina DeVee just does everything way up here. If you've ever been in Gina DeVee's programs, if you've ever been to one of her events, I've been to a couple of her events, a few of her events. If you've ever invested in, go to Gina DeVee's programs. Incredible. Okay, so she's got this big event coming up. 300 people, over 300 women in the audience in Dubai. Let's say 350. 350 people are coming to Dubai. Of course, what do you have to do for an event like that? Of course, you would have to have accommodations. Of course, you would have to have a schedule. It was like a weekend thing. It was Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday and Tuesday, she met with us, the mastermind group, because I was in the mastermind. So I learned a lot from Gina DeVee because she pulled off these really big things. Well, they look big to me. Big is very subjective. It depends on where you're standing, okay? And Gina DeVee was doing things way bigger than me and did it effortlessly. It seemed. That's how 222 was. Effortless. It put itself together. Not a bit of busyness. It put itself together. Here's the part that we're talking about. Family, we're not talking about that you do, how do I want to say this? It may look to other people the same as it did before, except you are having a profound change. I'll give you an example. So Gina DeVee, how many people would probably be involved? Well, she had a personal assistant. Her is sort of like I guess, a sidekick kind of person who took care of everything that was, immediate. That was her right-hand woman. She was there. Of course, her husband's there. Her husband takes care of all the money, the this, the that. Of course, she had a DJ there. The DJ takes care of all the music. He was on point. He knows Gina. Like when she said she want this kind of music, that kind of music, the DJ was right on it. Of course, you have all the staff in the hotel that are taking care of all of the food. Of course, you have the whole team of people that set up the room according to her specifications. Of course, you had her own suite where she stayed. And then, like she said, they had a driver. In addition to that, she had someone who came to do her hair, and she had someone come to do makeup. She had a stylist of some kind. Either the stylist packed her before she left, or when she got there, she had the stylist dress her. I'm not talking about an outer busyness. I'm talking about a behind the scenes. So go deeper. If you are the person that creates the website, writes the copywriting, continually posts about it, does the hair, does the makeup, does the styling, packs the clothes, delivers the food, sets up the tables, buys all the goodies, puts everything out, sets up the altar, blesses everyone when they can you see that that's doing too much? It's doing too much. That's why I didn't do any of that at 222. Just look at 222 quantum manifestation and how it unfolded. It is the perfection of not doing too much. I didn't do any of it. I didn't set up the room. I spoke and it was done. I didn't do any of it. The part that I did was the part that I knew was mine to do, which was the spiritual aspect, bringing me back to purpose, bring us all back to purpose. What is your purpose? My purpose as minister is to remind us of our spiritual nature and to support us in living from our spiritual nature. Yes, there are many people who are here. Everyone is a minister. What are you a minister of? Minister of song, minister of music, minister of laughter. Kevin Hart is a minister of laughter, right? Everyone's a minister of something. A minister just means a person who serves people. That's all. Well, my ministry is helping us remember we're spiritual. So that was my part to do. Get the tarot decks. That was my part to do. And a couple of journals, it's a couple of little things. Compared to what I used to do back in the day when I started event, let me tell you what I did my first event and my first retreat. In 2005, I did the first event. It was a one-day event on a Saturday in 2005, and it was called What Is God Saying About Your Money? It was a full-day event. I got the place. I got all the people in. It was great. Wasn't a lot of work. And then I had the forms in the back for people to sign up for the retreat. Now, when they were coming back for the retreat, which was going to be a 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday, at that same place in June, it was my first retreat, June 2005. If you would have seen what I did, I was crafting, making these, because I tend to do doing. Why? Because unworthiness will always seek to prove worth by doing. Please understand how these things play out in consciousness. Unworthiness, which has been a core issue for a very long time. Unworthiness or has been, or I don't know if it's gone or not. I don't really care. I'm doing what I'm doing, no matter what. Unworthiness, just look at yourself, will cause you to try to prove worth by doing accomplishments. Pardon me. This is for all of us that have all those trophies. Yeah, I'm talking to you. This is for all of us who have all those awards. I'm talking to you, the super duper achievers. Yeah, that's you. That is the one, all the leadership plaques. That's you. All the all the awards and the this of the year and that of the year and this of the month and that of the month and this incredible achievement and this incredible accomplishment. Nothing wrong with it. It's lovely. You got to look at that. Wow, I got all these awards. That's great to have all those awards. All we want to know is what's driving that. That's all. If the fuel is love, great. If the fuel is unworthiness trying to prove worth by accomplishing shit, well, you're gonna have a problem. So in that first retreat, I had the tote bag. You know how you go to these events and you get this bag full of all this stuff that you're not even going to use, and you put the bag away and you don't use the stuff. I made one of them bags. Oh my goodness. For everybody, it was like 25 women coming. They all paid. And I had a couple of speakers, like a couple of coaches that were in the area. And coaching was not big back then. And coaching was still kind of a new thing, 2005 or so. It wasn't like it is now. Well, um, I had all the things, and then I told my husband, please bring the food right at the right time. I went to the store and told them to make this and make that and make the other. This soul food restaurant, right? Print out this whole spread, and here's where the table's going to be. Just doing too much. Just did everything. Okay, bring it. There's not very. You can't go very far like that. You cannot go very far like that. I'm making the bags and making. I love crafting. None of this did I not love doing. Family, please understand. You can be doing a lot and love all the things you're doing. You can be. Then the question becomes, well, what is my destiny and calling to do? Because even if you're good at it, that's exactly what we're talking about with Grace right now, Grace Lever, in this program that we're in. She says, you're good at a lot of things. And we even did a quadrant. Things you're good at, but you hate doing. There are things that you are good at, but you hate doing, and it's got to be done. There are things that you are good at that you love doing, and you still need to pass that off. There are things that you're bad at, and you don't love doing them. And there are things that you're bad at, and you're kind of okay with doing them because you know somebody could do it better. All these considerations. Okay, so I get to the event, and then you still have to put yourself together to look like a presenter. You got to make sure the food's coming at the right time. You got to make sure all the attendees get in with their name tags and this and that. You got to make sure that the bags are together with all the goodies at the bag, had the little affirmation cards, had this, had that, got to set up the room, which they did. I told them to set up the room. Oh, if you look at the level of now, if you walked into the room at that event and you walked into the room at 222 Quantum Manifestation, you wouldn't have known you wouldn't know what my experience was. You wouldn't know it because you're living your experience because you walked in the door. You don't know what happened before you walked in the door. You walked in the door and it's beautiful. You don't know what it took to be beautiful. Right, everyone? So if you look at my experience at That's why I love 222 quantum manifestation. That thing blew my mind. And if you think your mind can't be blown, my mind is always being blown in this work. And I'm telling you, my healing is public, just like all the people that people get to watch. Other people get to do things in private, not me. If I'm sick, everybody knows about it. If I'm having everybody knows about it. If I'm having I can't take it, everybody knows about it. That's good. Because that's what I chose. That's what I signed up for in this lifetime. Now, you may have signed up for something different, right? When I was homeless, I was still making videos. When I was getting divorced, I was still making videos. I told y'all about the divorce. When I was mad at everybody, I told you what the angels did. They took me over to the courthouse room. I told you all of it. I ain't got no stories. I don't think I got any stories that I didn't tell y'all yet. Let me search, right? So, family, I signed up for this. I signed up for, people, and people can make commentary on your life and all that. All good. Here's the deal. Even if you love all the things you're doing, I love building websites. I love it. For me, it's creativity. It's another way to work on creativity. I love creating sales pages. I love it. Ooh, putting this here and that element there and the colors and the pictures. I love it. I love taking pictures. I love it. I love it. I love it. Taking pictures. Oh my God, so beautiful. I love creating shorts. I get in there, I get this short, get this message or reels for Instagram. I love it. I love making a YouTube video. Oh my God, I love it. I love doing makeup. I love it. I love lashes. I love it. I love head wraps. I could name 100 things right now that I love. Love them all. Because I'm way past doing things that I don't want to do or that I don't like doing. I'm past that. Not doing it. I just couldn't get myself to do it. Family, how you just can't get yourself to do things that you don't really want to do. So I just stopped trying to play that game and just said, well, let me build a whole business around what I absolutely love. And so I built a whole business around things that I absolutely love and nothing that I don't like. So even in doing all these things, you love them, you may want to do them, and you must get to the point. And for me, it's an unfoldment. Everything is an unfoldment. You love them and you get to the point where you say, what is the one thing I'm on this planet for? And you just hand everything else off. Or like we said, let tech handle it, delegate it, or eliminate it. What is the one thing I'm on this planet for? As Minister of Spiritual Consciousness, to spiritualize minds. If you want to. It's the one thing I'm on this planet for. Now I can love taking pictures. I can take great pictures. Oh my God, I took so many pictures over the weekend. I love it. That's not, somebody else can do that. I love making reels. That's why we hired a photographer who's coming to Dubai. I'm not taking pictures, not one picture. I'm going to be taking pictures of. I'm not taking no pictures at all. If somebody see me take out my camera and try to take a picture, just look at me, Rev. That's all you'll need to say. Oh, let me put my phone away. We hired a photographer. Please understand, family, that in your world, if you're building something huge, you will be doing things for a while until you get to a level of income, to a level of to a level of success or a level of stability where you can have team members that will do all these things. When I was at Financial Services and American Express, I realized right off the bat, oh, damn, I'm not going to be able to do all this. It was an obscene level of work. When I tell you obscene, I mean, it was nonstop work. You never finished the work. You never had your desk finished. Now, I like that. And the reason I like things like that, and the reason I like to take on things like that, is because my brain requires a whole lot of stimulation. I get bored very easily. And I don't like doing one thing only. And I just get bored easily. So I like taking on big, hairy things. I like taking on big things. So this is not to tell you not to take on big, scary challenges, not to go out there and build your empire, not to build something big. I'm building something huge on planet Earth and beyond planet Earth. Because, not because I care about legacy or any of those things, those are all ego concerns. Not at all. I'm concerned with one thing, using what God put in this vessel. That's what I'm concerned with. What is in this vessel, and am I allowing it out? What is the potential of this vessel? And if you do not live your potential, it's a crime. It's a crime. So please understand that while you may be doing what you love, you may love it, you can't do 20 things. Technology, elimination, delegation, or elimination. Okay? Think about, what's the one thing I know I'm here to do? For me, it's transformation through the written and spoken word. I don't have to do any websites. Thank God, Kaneza does that. I don't have to write any emails. Thank God, Kaneza can answer all my emails. I don't have to set up another post ever again. She can do all that. I don't have to create another live stream. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes for this to unfold, right? Things that have to be done on the YouTube sides, things that have to be done on StreamYard, things that have to be done with Facebook, things that have to be done with Clubhouse, all that deliciousness, right? And so maybe that's 5 or 6 little things to do. Don't do that, right? So you've got to really look at this in a nuanced fashion. Nothing is quite as black and white as it may seem. And yeah, sometimes you may be running. You might be doing more than you thought. Ask any highly accomplished coach. Now, I'm talking not 6-figure coaches. I'm not talking about 6-figure coaches, because 6-figure coaches and 7-figure coaches have completely different mindsets. Ask any 7-figure coach, or like one of my coaches, she's multiple 8-figure coach. They do transformation work. 30 million, about 30 million a year. Multiple 8 figures. She works a day and a half. Why do you think I paid her? To show me how to do that. Show me how to do that. And you really have to do it when you're ready. And you really have to do it, well, when you're ready. You know? All these lessons are not complete yet. Well, when are they complete? When you're dead, right? It's still unfolding. I can tell you this, that this resistance this week with regard to going up, you know, the resistance with the experience with Kaneza, with growing a new team. She looked on her daughter looked on her computer and said, "Mom, who's that lady?" She said, "Well, that's my boss." I was like, you know, it's funny because when you have a growing team, you really have to become a different person because you have to delegate in a really clear way and be a really true great leader. And I have people on my team here in Mexico, and I have people in the United States, and now a team member in Philippines. So we have an international team. Like, I can't even believe I'm saying this. Like, wow. because I'm building something big. I'm not, because I know the potential is in me to be a billionaire. It's not, I'm not here for little shit and pity ass stuff. I'm not. So you got to think about, what are you here for? What is your potential? And are you pouring that potential out every day? That's my message for today. I think we're going to wrap up. Oh, you're from the Philippines. Oh, I'm so happy. That's so good to know. Oh, I love the Philippines. I love every person I've ever worked with in the Philippines has been wonderful. Over the years, we've had a few graphic designers in the Philippines as well. They have been wonderful. I've worked with people in the Philippines also on Fiverr. Wonderful. I never have an issue with people in the Philippines. They're so kind. They get the job done. They're great with English. You know, it's just really something really good is going on over there in the Philippines. It's good. It's good vibes. It's good karma. You know, it's just good. Mods, anything you want to say before we conclude the room today?
Well, I just want to say that I completely am in alignment with your message. You're absolutely 100% right. If you spread yourself too thin, just because you have the ability to, like, there are a lot of things that I'm good at. There are people give me all kinds of suggestions about what I should do with my life. You're so good at parties. You should do events. You're so good. Like, the list goes on and on. Like, of what people tell me I should do. And I could, take time to do all of those things and do them okay. But is it going to take me to my multi-million-dollar dream life? No. So when you said, pick one thing, it's kind of like, yeah, you cannot be a jack of all trades. You can know a lot about a lot of things, but when you spread yourself that thin, you really don't master anything. So that's what I found. And even when we talk about multiple streams of income, we had a conversation very similar yesterday after you had popped up. So it's amazing that we were talking about exactly what the message was for you after you had left the room yesterday. When we talk about multiple streams of income, we're not talking about like multiple businesses, which a lot of people get confused with. So everybody's like, yeah, I got multiple streams of income. I have 10 different network marketing companies plus my job, and they keep adding more different things to the list. But when we talk about multiple streams of income, like that is picking that one thing that you're here on the planet to do, and how can you make multiple streams of income from that one thing. So you're still taking that one thing. Like, for example, let's just go with soul excursions. Okay, we're having different events. Eventually, I would love to have an NFT for soul excursions. There's so many different things, of course, on how to, do soul excursion retreats. There's so many different things that you can do when you pick that one thing and go deep with it. With the course I just created, the 7 passive income streams, like I'm revamping that to laptop lifestyle, and I'm going to focus a lot of energy on that one thing and how can I make different streams of income from that one thing. So when you have that one thing and then create the multiple streams from that one thing, it streamlines your life in a way that, like you said, you can look up and go from zero to hero real quick when you focus on that one thing and have multiple streams of income from that one thing. It's not, I'm going to join this company, that company, do this, do that, start my own company. And then you look around and nothing is making you a substantial amount of money that you could really talk about. A couple $100 here, $1,000 there, but not life-changing money. So I'm in complete alignment with just simplifying my life. And that's a message that I got from Wayne Dyer years ago, but I still haven't seen him master simplifying my life. So thank you for the reminder. I'm glad you got it and passed it on to us. But like I said yesterday after you hopped off, we talked about doing nothing and what that really looks like and feels like while doing something. that really matters in the world. I'm complete.
Good
morning.
Good morning, Queen.
Lady, I thought I was going to have to come find you.
I went off the grid.
That's what we always used to say to my mom. We like, lady, I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm glad you're back. And I really don't have anything, chattering to say. Just take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. We only got one Cayuse. Take care of yourself.
Oh, goodness. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, I'm very thankful. God, I'm sustained by the love of God. I'm sustained by the love of God. Everyone on YouTube, if you would share or smash up the likes or absolutely leave a comment or hand this off to a friend, say, hey, friend, watch this part, or clip. You can now clip. There's so many buttons now you can press on YouTube. Wow, YouTube gave you so many options. Use them, use them, use them. This helps YouTube to share it with more people who would love to hear this message. Got some friends that are too busy. Got some friends that want you to be too busy. Got some friends that are in the hustle culture. All of it. We could use the reminder. And family, don't look at me. As with all things, look at yourself and ask yourself, where am I? Where is busyness playing out in my life? Look around. I promise you, you'll find it. Busyness, doing too much. Am I doing too much with the kids? Am I doing too much with the boo? All in their lane? Sometimes I get my kids' lane, I'm like, ooh, I'm doing too much. Let me get out of my kids' lane. These are all adults now. Yeah, I'll be right here if you need me. What do you need? But not, excuse me, how to, No, these are souls that know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Where? That's a question for you, not for me. I can't answer your questions and you can't answer mine. What's in the room is what's in the seat is in the room. Family, if you think this is about Cayuse, I'm telling you the story so you can see how it's about you. Do we all understand that? That's why a person shares with you their journey so you can look at yourself and say, where am I too busy? Because we're always so busy looking at Will and Chris and the drama play out and having commentary on them. How am I too busy? How am I doing too much? Those are two good questions to ask today as you're in your 5 minutes every hour. 5 minutes every hour, playing my role in God's plan for salvation, 55 minutes. Yep. Talk to me, Spirit. 55 minutes. I'm looking forward again to the next 5 minutes that I'm going to spend with Source. And anywhere in here, please show me all the places in my life where I'm busy. Please show me all the places in my life where I'm doing too much. And those would be the places in your life where you're really too afraid to live your destiny and do the big scary shit. Like write that book, create that retreat center, put your head down and getting that coaching program together and offering it to the world, creating that incredible healing practice, creating your incredible apothecary, yes, Latoya, with all of the incredible herbs and people come to this apothecary. Yeah, put your head down and do the big thing. And all these other little things, all those little things go. Okay? Let 222 quantum manifestation be your saving grace. Because I didn't check you into the hotel. I didn't meet you at the hotel. I didn't drive you from the hotel to the venue. I didn't greet you at the door at the venue. I didn't drive you home from the venue. I didn't create the venue. I didn't bring food to the venue. I didn't set up the tables. I didn't package up everything. We had a whole team that came over. That big ups to Harmony and Connie. She brought her friend Connie, Coach Michelle, and Zaire. Big props to them. They put everything together. I was there, of course. We were doing it together. It wasn't me. It was 5 of us putting it together. Yeah, it was 5 of us putting together the bags. That was fun. And I got to hang out with us, and plus we got to have some food from Blue Collar, one of my favorite eateries in Miami. Oh my God, that food is so delicious. The cheesy grits. Woo. If you're ever in Miami, go to Blue Collar and get the cheesy grits and get the beets and all that. You can get the vegetarian plate. It's huge. It's 4 veggies. It's fabulous. You know, I didn't meet you at the door and tell you douse yourself with the Florida water. I didn't escort you to your seat. I didn't play the music. Yes, I did play some music. I love music. I did play some music. Next time we'll have a DJ. I didn't clean up after the food. I didn't serve the food. I didn't do none of that. I looked cute and I taught. And I gave the tarot decks. I did go, the spirit showed me where to go to procure the tarot decks. That was my lane, magic. See, when you stay in your lane, it's beautiful and it's not doing too much. And I tell you, Tanya, everybody give it up for Tanya Bowleg, who is the owner of Exclusive Events in Miami. By all means, support that sister because she has got a gorgeous. She just texted me the other day. We were texting because she asked me about some things in her business, and I told her about what was going on. And she did the steps, and she came back to me, and she said, I did everything you told me to do. Look at her space. Look at her space. Let me see if I can get this right on camera. Look at her space. Okay? If you look on YouTube, you're going to see. And you were in this space because that's how she rolls. See, Spirit will put you with the right people that will do the things, and they're in their lane. Tanya's in her lane. She did the whole space. Harmony is in her lane. She did her magic. Shirts and all. I didn't make shirt the first. I would have been doing stuff like that. I used to make bags. I used to make CDs. I used to sell CDs. Oh, you would come to that table. It was all the things. I didn't make not one shirt. I didn't make not one bag. I do have a a quantum manifestation shirt and a bag. Thank you, Harmony. I didn't do any of that. That's why 222 quantum manifestation, I still call that event heaven. Picture perfect. You could, if you did not recognize that you were in an alternative reality, you were in a whole different reality. You were not even on planet Earth if you were at 222 quantum manifestation. And you know what I mean? Because when you walked in the door, the place was like a fairyland. It was magic. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about elegance. What is elegance? Elegance is the greatest reward for the least amount of effort. That's elegance. That's elegance.
But one thing I just want to say, these Dubai peeps, they are getting bags, and I'm having fun putting them together. So that's something that I would never delegate because that is my jam.
Yes, you love it. Now imagine if 200 people are coming to Dubai. You're probably not going to sit there and make 200 bags. And if you were, I would say, Harmony.
You got me.
Yeah, if you, Harmony, if you're going to make 200 bags, I'm not your friend no more. No, we're not doing it.
You got me.
Because Spirit gives you more according to your ability. He that is faithful in least is faithful in much. So if you exhaust yourself over 10 people, then you certainly can't handle 100 or 1,000, right? If we were in the room with Gina DeVee with her, let's call it 350 women in the room, Gina DeVee didn't have no bags for us. Gina DeVee had, I don't even remember if she did have like a little handout, like a little couple of little clip papers together that you're traveling across the world. So you're not going to be carrying all the stuff that you would be carrying if you're having an event like, in a local area. Yeah, consider it. It was like a couple of sheets of paper clipped together. It was more than what we required to take your notes and do your things and be in the experience. She wasn't making 350 of nothing for all the women. And that event, life changing. It wasn't life changing because of the themes. It wasn't life changing because of the goodie bags. We all, we get the goodie bags when you go to events. At the Christian Witches Convention, you'll have some kind of bag. I'm not going to make them. You'll have some kind of bag. I'm not making them. By the way, Christian Witches Convention. Tickets on sale. Memorial Day weekend. New Orleans. So, yeah, Harmony, sounds good? Sounds good?
Yep. You're absolutely right. I'm not making 300 bags.
I used to make bags. I'm telling you, family, I did all this. I used to make CDs. We had a CD burner that used to burn. I had a assembly line in my house. And there's nothing wrong with that because a lot of businesses got started that way. They had an assembly line in their house and they put together all the things, and then they went into Shark Tank, and Shark Tank was like, okay, we're going to take you on. And the next thing you know, they have a right factory, they have people on the assembly line, they have a manager, they have marketing, they have all the pieces in place. You see, it takes time to get all the pieces in place. It doesn't happen like that. It does not. It does not happen instantly that you have a well-oiled machine. You got to weave and bob. You've got to, massage. You've got to grow, expand. There's so many things that are required of you if you're going to live this kind of life and build an empire. So much, and I love it. And like Harmony said, I love making stuff like that too. Creative. Oh, I love it. It's fun. It won't be fun if you're doing 200 or 300 of them. Well, maybe it's fun to do 10 of them. Yay, that was fun. Beautiful. Have your fun. You know what you're here to build. You know what you're here to create. I'm here to create more 222 quantum manifestation events like that, plus tons of books. All the books. The only thing that I would change, only thing I would add, I wouldn't change a thing about it because it was so perfect. You can't improve on perfection. It was so perfect and so lovely. 222 is in many ways the best event we've ever done. In many ways, 222 quantum manifestation was one of the best events. We always say that was the best ever. The last one is always the one that we say that was the best one ever. 222, it just had this magical quality to it. I was in a flow of watching it all unfold. There was really not much to do. And that's the God river right there. That's the current. Stay in that current, right? And sometimes you probably will have to stay up a little later, or sometimes, I'm not going to take away the work ethic. If you don't have work ethic, throw in the towel, because you're never going to reach your full potential if you don't have a work ethic. I got a badass work ethic. And people that have a good work ethic, sometimes you need to chill. And the other thing about me that probably is really something that I'm absolutely going to change is I don't do a lot of downtime. And Lisa Nichols said this exact same thing. When Lisa Nichols was talking about this, I was like, you talking about my life. She was like, when she was building her business, she was so into it. She didn't get her nails done. She didn't see her friends. Her friends were like, where are you? What are you doing? She was on it, building Lisa Nichols, right? Motivating the masses. And she said she looked up and she realized, well, Here's what she realized she was missing, and I'll tell you what I realized I was missing. What I was missing. She was looked up and she was missing friends. I don't miss friends because I had tons of friends, tons of people in my life, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I looked it up and I was missing respite. Respite. What is respite? Draw away, do nothing. Turn off. Turn all the way off and just go and do nothing. Lay by the beach for 3 days. I don't turn all the way off because I freaking love what I do. And a lot of people, high achievers, quote unquote, you will hear us talk about how we love what we do. Like spouses of those kind of people, they suffer. They're like, would you stop working? It doesn't even feel like work. I don't work. It does not feel like work at all. We love it. That is something to look at, right? Respite. Hey, how about 3 days of doing nothing? How about 5 days of chill? You're going to get it one way or the other. Either you're going to get it by giving it to yourself voluntarily, or you're going to get it like I got it, received it involuntarily, still summoned by my soul. So either way, it's voluntary. Look at it, family. Look at those two things. Where am I busy? Where am I doing too much? What say you mods about?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just wanted to address the room and let everyone know I did honor my commitment from yesterday. Actually, I put it up yesterday afternoon, I guess around one-ish.
Coach Michelle, your voice is really low. I don't know if it's coming through on YouTube. Well.
Okay, is this better?
Oh yeah, much better.
Okay. I just said God morning to everyone, and I just wanted to let the room know that I did honor my commitment from yesterday.
What was your commitment? I missed it.
It was just connected to some of my resistance and the fact that I did not have a bio up. And I'm going to say maybe, the resistance or excuses around why I didn't put one up. So yesterday, I said I would put one up, and I put one up yesterday afternoon.
All righty.
Here in Clubhouse.
All righty. We're looking at your bio. I love the picture.
Thank you.
Why was that important to you?
Like I said, it was some resistance around it, and we in the room was talking about the do nothing. And for me, it came down to that I'm in a state of do nothing, but there are things that I do love to do, and that is to be of service and support. And my resistance was around that. I did not have a bio up because I was like, well, that would be engagement and contact, and then I would take away from my doing nothing. And then when I looked into that, I was like, well, when I do the things I love, it is doing nothing because I love it and it doesn't feel like work.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Your loves will never feel like work. And you'll gain energy from your loves. As I do this, there's a vibratory elevation from doing what you love. There's a tingling, there's an aliveness from doing what you love. Are we complete?
I am complete. I am complete.
All right, Galactic Signature.
What a delicious conversation. Thank you, Maz. Thank you, Rev. Thank you, family, for being here. Let's remember our lesson. Is it not worth 5 minutes of your time each hour to be able to accept the happiness that God has given you? We all have a mighty purpose to fulfill, and we've been given everything we need in which to reach that goal. So with that, I will bring to you our Galactic Signature for today.
Do you mind if I read it today?
Oh, go right ahead.
Only because it's a Yellow Sunday.
Yay.
So today we are in Yellow Crystal Sun. Kin 220. I dedicate in order to enlighten. Universalizing life. I seal the matrix of universal fire. With the crystal tone of cooperation, I am guided by the power of free will. I dedicate in order to enlighten. Universalizing life. I seal the matrix of universal fire. With the crystal tone of cooperation, I am guided by the power of free will. I dedicate in order to enlighten. Universalizing life. I seal the matrix of universal fire. With the crystal tone of cooperation, I am guided by the power of free will. Y'all have a magnificent Yellow Crystal Sun day. Kin 220.
I know that's right. Fire at 222. Wild and Fire Clan, bring the fire. Love it. Everybody send some love to the Love Tubers on the Christian Witches YouTube channel and the Valerie Love YouTube channel and to Reverend Valerie Love on Facebook. Clubhouse, love you. Peace.
Love y'all. Peace.
Love you.